are talking about the music industry, the more interesting titles come up, and I'm all here for it, by the way. Nasema ukifanya makosa lazima utapata chuna kidogo, si ndio? Lakini kwa sasa tunaye mgeni ambaye amejiunga nasi right here in studio. Of course, you are listening to NRG Radio, the number one name in music, and of course, we also are here to inform you, to inspire you, to engage with you, to empower you as well. And that's one of the many reasons why we even invite amazing guests here with us in studio, so they can tell us what's happening out there, what are they up to, how are they creating solutions to probably everyday problems in this world that we're living in today. And here from Safaricom, in fact, the project manager at Safaricom is Vitalis Omambia. Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
And we've just been told that, you know what, Safaricom has launched.
Yes.
Okay, IT services for enterprise customers. Now, just before we dive into that and what all that entails, I'd like to find out exactly what this docket of yours is. Project manager at Safaricom. Wafanya nini exactly?
Asante sana. Malim Rachel.
Yeah.
So as a product manager at Safaricom, there are a couple of things that I'm actually trusted by the organization to actually run with. And one of the key things that I have to do is to ensure that innovation around the products, around coming up with new solutions to actually address a market need is what I actually deal with. And of course, when you think about innovation, we're talking about technology.
True.
And there are new emerging technologies that actually, on a daily basis, we are always on the run trying to see how best we can be able to, catch up or actually be the leader in the market to ensure that we have proper products for our customers to actually solve a certain desire of a market.
Right.
So for me, the first thing I do is actually you have an idea, you build it around it, you collect insights from the customers based on the needs in the market and all that. And ideally, you're actually trying to see how best can I help our customers actually make more money or actually protect them and more so actually to sustain their businesses. At the same time, helps us as an organization, Safaricom, also to sustain our business. So it's a partnership basically. That's how I look at it. Yeah.
Cool stuff, man. I'll be telling you about another app I read about now that we're touching on technology in China. Nitakumbuka baadaye kidogo. Sawa. Lakini sasa tuambie, what brought these services up? You're offering IT services for enterprise customers. Kwani mliona kuna need for it? What was the need?
Well, that's a very, very good question actually. Yeah. Let me just give some form of background where we've come from.
Yeah.
For the last 18 years at Safaricom, we've actually built the largest network in Kenya. And you're very much aware that we're running the largest M-Pesa platform in Kenya, or actually in the world, if you think about it. Serving millions of Kenyans, and now we're talking about connecting our customers to the diaspora and all that. You can see the kind of partnerships that we've actually had with the likes of Western Union and all that. So basically that brings in a lot of experience and expertise to actually manage these systems and also be able to offer services to our customers and innovate around what we already have and all that. So based on that, we have insight from our customers, because we interact with customers one-on-one on a daily basis. We have a sales team, we have a technology or other technical teams who are always meeting our customer needs and all that. And now the products team, where I am in, and whereby we collect the insights, interact with our customers and see the needs, or rather where they could be having issues and problems and all that. So based on our experience, and especially let me just talk about security, ensuring that our platform for M-Pesa is up and running, ensuring that there no one actually who doesn't have access to the system gain access to it, and ensuring that the uptime, as opposed to maybe could be issues with power and all that, but ensuring that we have the confidentiality of the information that we already have there, the integrity of the same and availability of the same, it's actually intact. So it's through that now we get customers, we meet with customers, we deploy their infrastructure, we configure their their devices and all that, and customers go and ask, oh, so how about this? I've been having issues with my network, and I need your support. I've been having issues with slow speeds and all that. Initially, because it was not our core business and all that.
Yeah.
But we've evolved and all that, and we have to actually support our customers, because it's actually the same customers who have actually kept Safaricom to be running.
Yes.
If we have expertise that we've built for over these years, and we've seen a need, and the same customers who are actually serving other customers, and they need to actually sustain their businesses and all that. So we saw there's a need to extend our expertise and give them a helping hand to actually develop and help them secure their services or the key assets, the data, and all that. Help them work on their processes and all that.
Okay.
And basically, in a nutshell, it's based on insight and experience we have in market and expertise and all that.
Okay.
And what our customers are actually asking us to do for them. Yeah.
So it's an evolution, yeah, because we're used to Safaricom, kama unataka kubuy airtime, kama mambo ya mpesa, line yangu ina shida na nini na tunafikiria hapo ndo imekwama. Lakini because the way the world is changing and the way we've been interacting with the customers, okay, there's something here that we can also go a step ahead to provide, and that is the IT services.
Very true.
Okay.
Very true.
Now let's go back to the music, and then when we come back, we'll take a look at cybersecurity. Okay?
No.
Because when we talk about technology, that's the other thing that comes with it.
No.
Security,
Very true.
and cybersecurity, and how are you now as Safaricom coming in to help us out and to enable us as enterprise customers to keep our data safe, so to speak, right?
Very true, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Basi, what kind of music do you like listening to, Vitalis? Don't look at me like that. This is Energy Radio, man. We're not a boring type of interviewers, man. We gotta keep it real.
You actually
They didn't tell you about this?
Yeah, I know that actually. You
Don't
actually,
forget grief.
yeah, I'm okay. You can actually play any form of music actually, and with time I'll be able to tell
Look at you, big old diplomatic. Oh Lord. Okay, fine. Unajua watu wengi sana kutoka Safaricom.
No, najua.
And I know they're listening. They're probably rolling their eyes and angalia vile mwalimu akanamweka on the spot. My people, you already know. You know how I roll, eh?
I wasn't told this. I'm prepared. I normally have a list of music.
Really?
Yeah.
Genre of music, Basi. Is it rap? Is it I don't know, bongo, Kenyan?
Play some bongo music, please.
Bongo music, eh? Wakenya watakutafuna wewe wacha tu.
So get in the car.
Energy Transit. Energy Transit.
Hi, I'm Calvin Harris. It's Pharrell here.
I'm Katy Perry.
Wimbo unaitwa Bounce It, I'll see you. And yes indeed, you are still here with us on Energy Radio, the beat of the moment. Mwalimu Rachel here with you, nikiwa na Vitalis ambaye ana represent for Safaricom, and most importantly, he is the product manager at Safaricom. We're talking about this new service that Safaricom has recently launched, IT services for enterprise customers. But I'm curious, do these services only target those, or rather enterprises, or can they also cater to individual business people as well? Vitalis.
Well, ideally, the services actually were released the other day by our CEO, Mr. Bob Collymore.
Yeah.
Not only does it target the enterprises, also we have our customers, the SOHOs, the SMBs or SMEs. They're able to actually tap into these solutions. Yeah, we've actually worked through it, and we've thought through. Could be getting a customer who's probably he has, or they have actually resources online. Could be a domain, and they want to ensure that this website of mine, I should be in a position actually to get my services up and running any time of the day, so that my customers can actually access those services.
Right.
At the same time, if you think about it, we actually in the business of actually even helping those individuals, who are developing applications. You can think about it, and they want a second eye to look at. Okay, has my application or this system I'm developing, been developed with basically system integration has been done right in terms of the security embedment in it, so that there are those things you have to checks and balances. It's one thing actually to develop an application that actually probably doesn't really meet some form of security standards. So we can actually assess and actually help you as you develop it and all that.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool, because many young people in this day and age are actually in the business of creating apps. And I thought it was just create app tu unaweka pale kwa Google Play Store, alafu watu wanaanza kudownload. Kwa hivyo kuna zile checks lazima zipitie.
Lazima.
Before now they are.
You need lazima, because think about this.
Okay.
And let's just give an example. And how many of us actually on a daily basis or once in a while we receive emails from, let's say, Nigeria, for example?
My friend, I know those ones.
I have lost my papa, I have lost my papa, and he left me with billions of money. And actually, I need your support. You get it? I receive those messages and all that. And if you're not very careful, what will happen is you'll actually fall victim. And what do? You actually end up clicking, and it takes you to a different site, and you'll be thinking that site actually belongs to a bank, but it's someone actually who have mimicked a certain bank in Nigeria, for example. And what happens is, you actually end up entering your details, your card numbers, before you realize we've actually lost all the money. Pesa zako zishaenda.
Yani wanafieka kufieka account yani.
Ambazo inaitwa social engineering yani. So yes, this solution is actually targeting all every organizations, be it government, private entities and all that, individuals who are upcoming and all that, or someone actually who are working on some processes and they need up some IT or ICT process to talk about change management and all that. You want to respond to demands of the industry. For example, for our banks, let me give you an example. We actually supervised by CBK, the SASRA were looking at, the SACCOs and all that.
Right.
And they need to actually adhere to some regulations. And how do you do your processes? What methodologies and what tools have you put in place? If the people who are accessing your data, how do they access it and all that? So we can come in. So, and for someone, for example, was upcoming and they want to put their services up and, in the internet and all that, we can actually help you, guide you. So in short, our solutions actually touches on all kind of businesses who have different budget levels and all that. We're able to custom made the solutions actually to fit into your actually budget.
Let's talk about then pricing. I am looking for at mostly SMEs. Startup jamani, akina sisi mahasla tu pale. How much would you charge for a service? Maybe you can point to one and then tell us roughly itagarimu pesa ngapi?
Let me say, the beauty about this solution, actually, the managed security services, is that I cannot, you cannot actually, walk into let's say a shop of Safaricom and say, I need this and this and this, because, for example, let me give you an example. NRG radio today, you might need, let's say, a web application firewall, right? And then you come to Safaricom PLC, they also need the same. However, your needs actually totally different if you think about it, and your requirements, the kind of systems you've actually put in place. At the same time, the Safaricom PLC who have actually invested in your systems and all the people and all that, the requirements are different. However, you require the same solution. So in short, it's not an off-the-shelf kind of a solution. We come and discuss. We actually do the scoping, and that will actually lead into at a price point and commercials and all that.
Why is it important to think about cyber security in advance? Because most of the time ni baada ya kuhakiwa ndio huwa tunakimbia kuangalia, oh my goodness, what do I do, pesa zimeenda nini. So why should we have it as the number one instead of an afterthought?
That's a lovely question. Fikirela mwaka uliopita tuseme it was in I think in around May or June 2018 when the president Uhuru Kenyatta put actually signed into law the computer misuse bill or act actually of 2018 and one of the key things actually was focusing on is actually our data and misuse of data, misuse of identity when we're using these systems and all that. So that actually forces me, for example, if I was an entrepreneur and I have some systems, some form of systems that I actually put in place, that I need to actually, if anything happens tomorrow, I can easily go back and track my steps and be able to say so and so actually came in and did this and this, and I've got this evidence, and I can actually go to court and get compensation out of it.
What they call those footprints.
Footprints, exactly.
Right.
Trails, exactly. Mambo kama hayo sasa. So it's very, very prudent for us because now laws are coming into place to actually address such. That means we actually adhering to some form of standards, and they can actually become better as we go along and all that.
So Vitalis, are you telling me, say I see services, I come to Safaricom and I'm like, I suspect something's not right. Some files seem to be disappearing. I suspect nahakiwa hivi, I'm not too sure. I need you guys to check out the back end. If you find out exactly and you follow the trail and you find out it's actually one of your employees ambaye amekuwa akiiba pesa makufanya nini, mtaniambia because mimi nataka kujua.
The law is very clear actually, and that's the reason why we have the 2010 constitution, and then these laws that are being actually backed up by the Act of Parliament, and today there's actually a bill that is being discussed in Parliament. I think it's the Senate actually, that's talking about that's actually talking about data privacy and all that. So that means the law enforcement is actually real. So once we have all that data, we actually liaise with the DCI or the police, and actually because them now it's actually now becomes a legal argument. It's a police case basically. So with all that law backup, rather backing these arguments that we've had, or rather we've actually found out about you, and we've actually seen the trails on someone what they could have actually done, that can actually be prosecuted and all that. So our work is Safaricom is actually to ensure that it doesn't matter whether it's an employee of Safaricom or someone else. We still have the laws that actually governs us as a people of this country. And it doesn't really matter whether you are working for Safaricom or who do you know exactly. Laws are laws, and if there's evidence to actually prosecute you as a person, that will be done. And all this is available now because of the laws that actually been passed in Parliament and that are being worked on as we speak.
Alright, cool stuff. Unajua najua sasa hivi mabosses wengi sana wanasema tunataka kujua hawa jamaa ambao badala ya kufanya kazi wako huku wana Facebook. Badala ya kufanya kazi tu kwa Facebook, tukipita ndo wanajifanya wamefungua window hapa. Tunaweza watrack au pia tuone kama wanafanya kazi ama wako tu social media all the time.
Wanafanya gazi. Wanafungua kama Windows 3 hapo. Kuna ile ya kazi, kuna alafu ile ya kando. Sasa labda unasikiza music fulani hapo. Ukiona dosi fulani akipita una-click tu, jamaa unakuwa serious
Lakini wacha nitachomea. Unajua hata labda sasa ndio hivyo wanatuangalia hapa. Wako kazi lakini ukiwa unasikiza energy kama wanatuona.
But the beauty about it, if you think about it, if we do have such kind of organizations that are actually coming to us and telling us, I need for me, my employees, to be able to access these particular sites between XYZ. So we have tools, and it's all about policies that we can actually help you as an organization develop those policies. And then the standard rules that I've actually worldwide used. If you want to become an ISO standard, certified rather, yes, we can actually help you, walk you with you the journey that we've already done, and we do that on a year-to-year basis. We have, and that's the reason actually, if I am able to marry that with the thing that I said earlier, that different organizations have different requirements. It could be that you need the same solution that I do have, but your requirements are totally different.
I like that, and we'll definitely come back to that. Hatujamaliza, let's go back to some music, and then when we come back, we'll finish up the conversation. Kuna ile app mpoa, yani kuna app ingine China wewe.
Utaniambia tu, utaniambia. Mwalimu utaniambia tu.
Idea naona hata Safaricom wakichukua hii idea hii hapo.
Hapana. Utaniambia. Kumbuka tu.
So keep it right here, Energy Radio. Don't you move. We're here with Vitalis from Safaricom telling us more about cybersecurity and how now Safaricom is in that space trying to help us as individuals, as enterprises as well. Kwa hivyo usibanduke. Hii najua ni swali ambao mko nayo. Je, wana recruit graduates? Kwa sababu ni kama tuseme department mpya ndani ya Safaricom. We'll have those answers for you right after this.
Okay.
Energy.
So Voki yuko hapa sema niko ndani kabisa Energy Transit, tuko pamoja kama mate na ulimi. Napenda hii transit locked from Roysambu. Asante. Getting a whole lot of information, and it, it's very important that we as young people in today's world know what is out there in terms of technology and opportunities, and how we can also protect ourselves, because kila kitu siku hizi ni digitali, si ndio?
Mambo
bana. So labda sasa tukimalizia too, talking about cybersecurity is one of those areas that has not really been given much attention in this country. In your view, Vitalis, what are the gaps and what do you think should be done?
Well, mwalimu, kuna mambo mengi sana ambayo tuweza kufanya. First of all, let me just mention this.
Yeah.
Security actually starts with you as a person. And the first question I always ask my friends, my colleagues is, do you have an antivirus on your mobile phone? Mostly they're like, I use an iPhone. Mimi natumia iPhone. Hiyo ndio watu wananiambia ati mimi simu yangu bana ni Samsung. But and then if you flip it and think about it, the question again will be, when you access, or rather you're using your laptop back at home or a computer, the first thing that happens is you log in. You probably go to your bank or your a certain account. And you do ABCD. Assuming you are connecting to your bank, you transfer some money to someone or to yourself so that you can be able to use.
But not in January. In
January ni kubaya ndio, lakini kuna ule mtu anaweza kutumia kakitu, unajua. And then and if you think about it, at the same time, you log into your phone, or rather you have your phone, you've got an application that has been created by for example, a bank or something like that. The same thing. Exactly. But ukiangalia, kwa laptop yako kuna antivirus fulani, sio? Iko antivirus. Hiyo ni lazima iko. Hiyo ni lazima. Inakujaga nao exactly. You should najua, hakujua. But if you think about it, it's the same concept actually. Your laptop or your laptop is the same with actually your phone that you're using. Exactly.
Mobile phones are now it's like carrying a laptop around.
Exactly. So the question is, and we end up actually downloading so many apps on your phones, actually in our phones, that games sometimes actually unapata kuna application fulani hujaitumia for like 6 months, 1 month, 1 year. True. Exactly. Or you'll actually even find that some applications that actually have never been updated by whoever. Yeah. So the first thing we always advise, and personally I tell guys, if you don't use an application for 3-4 months, delete it.
Ikikaa pale kuna shida
yeah, well, jamaa labda anaweza kuwa huko hivyo, anaingia huko ndani, alafu
tunaongea hapo,
jamaa huko ndani, yeye anaangalia tu, mwalimu anafanya nini? Okay, hiyo ndio password. Okay, yeah, that's what happens actually. And because hackers have become very, very clever, it's actually a real business for some of the people actually, whereby they have call centers and all that. Those are details that we can always discuss. Okay. But one of the key things actually, and if you saw on Monday on 21st when the president actually launched and actually signed into law, whereby we all required actually to register fresh, ensure that we have new IDs, basically take all our biometrics and all that, the DNA, think about it, and get our driving licenses, the passports from a central location. That talks about something. The government is actually collecting data from us. True. That will actually be used later. And if you double click again and look at it from the education sector, rather, today, that kid who is in primary school, they're being given unique numbers, right? Right. That will actually use all the way to university. That's a unique identification. Okay. All that is going to be, if you think about it, it's going to be, this is Vitalis, okay, this is ID, okay, DNA ndio hiyo, kila kitu ndio hiyo. You get it? In short, the government is actually building a database that actually been which requires us as a people of this country, organizations, and actually the government at most, actually, to actually ensure that their data is secure.
Yeah, that actually sounds scary.
Exactly. Once that data is secure, who else is going to access that data? So we talk about CIA, that is confidentiality of that data, the integrity of the same data, and availability of that data.
Okay.
If I have the access to that data, what do I use? So we have an opportunity as a country to actually develop laws that will actually help us utilize the data that we've actually collected in a secure manner, and for the purpose that it's actually supposed to be used for. And then it's actually an opportunity now for organizations to start thinking about developing a data privacy, because at some point, when you look through the data privacy bill that is in Parliament, it's actually going to require organizations to submit or rather required to to be checked upon. How do you use your data? If you collect data from your customers, how do you use it? And all that. So those are some of the things, and actually it can actually cost you dearly.
It reminds me of Facebook. Last year, Zilishido alikuwa nazo kwa sababu ya higher data mna collect. We didn't even know you were collecting data like this. So, and there was a whole lot of, heat on Mark Zuckerberg and the entire, Facebook, company. So I see where you're going with this. It's very important that, data protection, and we need to ask, who's going to be, dealing with that.
Exactly. Yeah, very true. And if you saw the other day, I think it was yesterday or on Tuesday, just early this week, I saw, I think there's one of the biggest companies in the world. I don't want to mention a name because I'm not entitled, or rather given that opportunity to actually address. But they've been fined billions of money because of data breach.
Whoa.
What does that mean?
Whoa.
To you as a person? And what does that mean? That mean as organizations, once we have our data protection bill passed into law, if organizations do not have standards, another opportunity I see as Vitalis is one, we need to actually do awareness training to the people. Organization need to actually train the people. When you receive an email, for example, I need to be able to double check where is it coming from, what do they need exactly.
Check even that email address and how it's been written. Sometimes the other day, for instance, I got a very suspicious email that landed on my inbox talking about click on this link for you to be verified. You see? Now at least I know that one of those things you need to do is first, don't get too excited, because the people, the hackers know that you want to be verified so badly. In this day and age, they know anyone wants to have that blue tick. So instead of you being excited, kwanza angalia hiyo email imetoka wapi. Is it really Instagram? The email address, and you can even Google to find out what is the official way they'll communicate with you by. Ukiona hapa ni Insta 1 2 3 4 sijui nini.
Run for your life.
Usiguse,
delete and run.
Zima computer kimbia.
Exactly. In short, what you're talking about is actually you have to do your own due diligence and be aware. And actually, this now security awareness training is actually some of the things, or rather programs that we as Safaricom we have now decided. Let's be part and parcel what the government is actually deciding, and amongst other organizations. How can we bridge the gap? As an organization, because if we are able, to help organizations, build policies, processes or procedures and all that, help them actually, mature their systems, look at the architecture of their systems and all that, then as a country, actually, we are actually in the right path. And if you think about the laws that actually being rather produced or rather being created in other countries, like in Europe. If you know about the GDPR, I think you know about it. So
sijui nia yako ni gani hapa.
Mwalimu, unajua ukiitwa mwalimu
kusoma huwa nasoma ndio unaona, lakini
unajua mtu ukishaitwa mwalimu, mimi najua mwalimu anajua kila kitu.
Mwalimu hajui kila kitu bwana. Bwache hiyo Waafrika waache kwambia walimu wa Kiafrika ndio wanadanganyana hivyo. You know, my teacher know everything. It's a lie. Mimi my teacher told me, mimi mwalimu najua kila kitu. Unaona? Sasa mwalimu sasa wewe. Sasa GDP hii PR hapa ndo nini?
It's actually general data protection.
Okay.
Regulation that actually been passed by the European Union.
Okay.
That requires organizations, governments to actually follow a certain process and procedure to keep the data and all that. So you can imagine we have so many organizations that actually have presence here in Kenya and will actually require us actually to conform to those rules. And so our laws that are actually being passed, some of them are trying to mimic, not really mimicking, or trying to actually form some form of processes and all that to actually protect also the organizations here, the people's data, or even companies' data, rights and all that. So in short, we might look at ourselves as Kenya, but we actually belong to a global community that are actually being governed by one law, especially when it comes to data privacy and all that.
Nakupata kabisa. Tukimalizia, two things. We have graduates. Vitalis. I'm always looking out for my young people.
I know.
All the time. This is something new as Safaricom you are venturing in.
Yeah.
Okay, but of course due to your experience, si jambo geni kwenu.
No.
Kuna uwezekano ya kwamba kuna vijana wanaweza pata kazi, waweze kupata ajira pale. We have so many IT students, experts every other day graduating. Are there opportunities for them?
Well, thank you for that question actually. I've been there personally when I remember I finished the university. It was a hassle. Kutafuta kazi nilitamak. Nilifanya translation ya makaratasi kutoka English to Swahili. Nilikuwa napata peni lakini unajua nafanana nunua chips kidogo. But just to look at the question that you specifically asked. It requires as a people, as the young generation or the youth, to also remain vigilant. We have professional bodies or rather social sites. I'll give an example. LinkedIn. It has actually worked wonders for some of the people, or rather I've guided some of the young people and I've told them, if you're building your profile, kindly make sure you write the right thing. And then number two, the other day I was speaking with some of the other young people and I told them, if you're creating an email, I know kishamaliza university unasikia vizuri kishamaliza, so you have these funny emails and all that. Standardize them rather. Make sure that you have that. Now coming in,
what do you mean by standardized?
Oh, when I say standardized, for example, I'm called Vitalis Omambia,
right?
I can get my email Vitalis Omambia at Gmail, Vitalis Omambia, Vitalis.omambia. Kama hayo. I know you are exactly. Keep going.
Right. So and something professional like
exactly.
To a potential employer.
Thank you. And then something else you need to do. Let me just come back home. Safaricom has created opportunities, I think, for everybody because we have a platform already. If you go to the website of Safaricom, go to careers and all that. There's professionals who are experienced and they're young professional people who have actually graduated recently. I always ask, if you're in a third year, second year, or fourth year, always take opportunities, apply for internships and all that. Sure. The problem with young people is nikisha graduate mimi nataka kuwa manager. Alafu na pesa.
No.
Yeah, you have to actually start somewhere.
True.
Go through an internship, learn something. The actually things you will actually realize they're never taught in school. Right. That's a factor. Sure. And when you learn through that process, people, your profile keeps on, growing and all that. You keep on enriching. So Safaricom has created a platform. Like the same way, if I go to Facebook, I can create my profile there, enter my details. It's the same way. Go there and upload your stuff and also set notifications so that whenever there's an opportunity, ikija tu unapata, and then you do that. And there are many other organizations you can actually be able to do that. Subscribe to them and create a network of actually people who can help you, professional networks. Of course, it's good to maintain a network that you've actually graduated with, but then do you have a mentor? Look for a mentor to help you, guide you, navigate and all that. And then for the people who are actually in security or rather in IT, consider doing some form of classes in certifications. And today we have so many free courses that are being offered by organizations that are known online. The only thing you need to do is create basically create a profile there and go in. Some actually charge you about That's coming around, how much is that? $10?
$10 in 1,000 bob.
1,000 bob. And you do a certification, actually, and that's what we actually do, some of us in Safaricom, because you need to learn something new that was never actually taught. So be proactive, look out, have the right network and all that, but build your profile, because you can be your own brand.
I love it. Tukimalizia sasa, nilikuwa nimekupromise na kupatia hii app.
Na app nipe.
Kuna hii app, sijui kama download, but
I need to check the security
first. I don't think it's out there yet in the market. So, okay, actually it has been launched. So China just recently launched an app that tells you if you are within 500 yards of someone in debt, and encourages you to report them if they seem capable of paying up.
Oh, wow.
Yani umekuwa ukisema huna pesa, lakini mbona tunapatana kwa klabu jioni?
I know. Wewe ndo unanunulia watu.
Angalia, wewe ndo kuchafua
meza.
Unaona? Kwa hivyo nikiwa hapo karibu na wewe wako kapu kanaanza kulia. Huyu jamaa inaonekana kuna deni. Ukiangalia unaona na hapo kichafua. Huyu namsema. Kwa hivyo uko na ability ya kulipa ni kujifanya. Unaona?
Kupata. Wow.
China,
China bwana kuna mambo mengi sana. Yeah, that's I think that's an innovation of this of its own kind. Of course I could think have they processed that data? Do they know? Probably when we sit next to each other, you know, we have this near field communication whereby a phone and a phone can easily talk to each other, or nanuza tu simu yako unajua ya mwalimu ndio ile kuko basi na huyu jamaa ananunua nini na nini, or have they implanted a chip in me and so they're able to, you know, transmit data and all that. So there's so many things but all those things actually or it's they're using GPS location to identify ukiwa hapa ujamaa wakana mapeni, but labda nimeomba pesa kwako mwalimu bana, mimi hapo nimekuja kuchafua.
You borrow Peter to pay Paul, and then you borrow Paul to pay somebody.
And you born in January makwambia
we need to close out, and thank you so much for making the time, and honestly I've learned quite a lot today. Thank you for educating even Mwalimu Rachel. I really do appreciate that.
Thank you for this opportunity.
And wish you as Safaricom nothing but the best in this new venture, and I'm sure many people will actually come to you to get the help and support that they need as enterprises, as individuals. At the end of the day, we all want our data to be protected.
Very true, ni kweli. Asante sana mwalimu kwa kunihost yani, kwa kunihost. Nakwambia Kiswahili nakijua. Asante sana on behalf of Safaricom. I'm really proud to have been hosted here, and I'm certain that as we go along we'll be having more of these shows and all that.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Asante.
All right, let's go back to the music. Vitalis anasema yeye hana song yote ya kucheza.
Mimi nilikwambia ni
Ameringa shauri yake. Shout out maboys wanasema wapige.
Wacha nikwambie kwanza. Kuna jamaa moja. Wacha nikwambie.
Raka.
Kuna jamaa anaitwa timu fulani hapo inaitwa Team Wales. Team Wales yani ni timu ya rugby. Timu moja kali sana.
Wanasikiza sasa.
Wanasikiza. Kuna jamaa mmoja tu hapo ananiambia anaitwa bwana Jotham Mushara. Anambia kaka Brasa. Bwana atanitumia yako salamu kidogo. Anambia Jotham nishakupata na Team Wales nyote na wasalimu nyote. Ujumbe nikikomba team products huko Safaricom basi. Bado kazi kombele. Kazi kombele, tuzidi kuwa pamoja. Mambo shwari tu.
Asante.